It's Central Valley Business. I'm your host, Steve Walling. My guest for this segment is Nick Vargas. You are with
the source.
The source.
LGBT.
You see this gray hair? Doesn't work too well, but the source, not the store. And you are in Visalia. Okay, so
Yeah.
Nick, we were talking about what's going on right now, the community that you serve. Things have kind of had to shift a little bit. You're not available storefront per se, or with the various events that you do in person, one-on-one, but you're managing to make this shift to meet the needs of your community. So let's talk about it, Nick. We had this shutdown. How did you guys evolve to where you're at today?
Sure. So 4 weeks ago, we had a staff meeting, and we decided the best thing would be to close our doors to the public. And as the situation has been very fluid, as it's evolved and become more serious, we decided to all start working from home. But the source, in the 4 years we've been open, we've become sort of part of people's routine, part of the community. And so we knew that if we weren't going to have our doors open, we still had to be very accessible. And so what we did is we went virtual across all of our services. So our HIV groups, our transgender groups, our mental health groups, those are all happening virtually in secure video conferencing rooms. Our general presence has shifted all to social media, Facebook, Instagram. People can reach us by email, text, phone, Facebook Messenger. I'm learning to read smoke signals. So we want people to get to us any way they can, any way they feel comfortable, because people need support now more than ever, especially our LGBT folks.
Right now, with the I'll just call it the semi-panic that's going on out in the world. People, they get anxious, they get, all sorts of new feelings. But if you are in a community where you're dealing with a lot of other issues, emotional issues, identity issues, self-confidence issues, maybe you're working through some very important stuff in your life, and then you throw this into the mix. And if the source is your go-to place, you got to be there, and that's important that you are there. And I applaud you, for making the necessary moves that you made in order to be there, for HIV testing, for counseling, for you are a supplier or a director to for people that have specific needs of items to purchase. And you know what? You're also a voice and a face that if I just want someone to talk to that understands me, you're there. And that's awesome. So
the whole reason we exist is this has been a community-driven effort created by the community to support the community. So we need to be accessible, we want to be, and still provide the support, just now virtually.
Yeah, that's you said you had a staff meeting and you chose to go this direction. But Nick, what was the process of this unfolding? I mean, you just didn't flip a switch and, yesterday you were open for business and today you're open for virtual business. That was you had to evolve. How did that work out for you, Nick?
Yeah, so we did. And let me start by saying that as a newer organization, we've always relied pretty heavily on technology. We already had the investments in technology and comfort around it. So as we decided that that's the direction we needed to go, it was like we were closed to the public for 2 days. It seemed that the guidelines that we were seeing from the CDC and others were to work from home. Right. So we immediately just said, well, now we're going to, do everything using our technology. Mm-hmm. But we still need to be very accessible. People still are going to need the resources and the, emotional support that they've come to expect.
Right.
So we just found ways we migrated pretty quickly. It was once we knew what we needed to do, we were able to do it. I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah.
Because I know there's other centers out there who have had a much steeper learning curve or who aren't able to function right now for their communities. And I'm really grateful that we're still fully up and running for ours.
And that's awesome. So we were saying before we went on that primary contact for someone that I'll say is not within the system is through Facebook, correct?
Correct. So if people want to just engage with us in our virtual center, so we hold space for the community generally every weekday, sometime between 2 and 5 p.m. We'll just have a live streaming on Facebook.
Right.
It's a great way just to connect. You can send a message. That's a great way to do it. People can also reach out to us on our website, thesourcelgbt.org. They can call us. All of our contact information's online. You just need to Google the Source LGBT and we'll pop up. Okay. But however people feel comfortable accessing us, we're available on those channels.
And one of the other things we talked about, Nick, before we went on camera, having to make these shifts has kind of changed your income stream, so to speak, your ability to raise funds through various fundraisers and stuff. But you were telling me that you do have various online ways and apps and stuff. So why don't you lay that out there so people can have that information?
So we've had to cancel 2 events so far,
right,
and postpone another. And half of our revenue comes from having fundraising events.
Right.
Drag Queen Bingo and Pride by Celia. So those can't happen. It's going to impact our bottom line. Now, I'm glad to say that we've been good stewards of funds from the past years. So we're in no immediate danger of closing. Now, that said, because we're only 4 years old, if we're not seeing an increase in revenue come the 3rd quarter of this year, 4th quarter this year, we're going to make some very difficult decisions around programming, around staff, going right into 2021. So we don't want it to come to that.
Right.
So we're asking our community to, again, support us in small ways that will make a big difference. So one is you can donate your spare change from everyday shopping to the source. So for example, you go and you buy something and it's $5.25. Well, 75 cents will be donated to the source.
And that's done through an app?
It's through an app. It's called Cheerful Giving. Okay. And this information is on our webpage. It's readily available on our Facebook page. If people want to reach out to me, I'm happy to share with it. But that's one neat way to do it, just donating your spare change. People can make small monthly contributions, $5, $10. People just want to make a one-time contribution. I know that there's people out there who mentioned to me that they're not going to need that stimulus check. And so one of their ideas is maybe to take a part of that and donate it to a few organizations or people who might need it.
Awesome.
And, we're grateful for that support as well. There are some people who are doing just fine right now, and I'm glad that's their situation. And if people have a little bit extra from the stimulus check or otherwise to share, now is a great time.
And you serve a very important community, and it's good that people can help support that. Whether you're a member of the community or whether you just want to, be someone providing wherewithal so that you can be there, for the community. Because, if you happen to be someone that lives in Visalia, you're part of that community, regardless of whoever you are. So.
Yeah. It's like we say, so we serve the LGBT plus community of Tulare and Kings County, but we have people in Fresno, we have people in Kern County, and LGBT plus, the plus for us includes the friends, family, and allies of LGBTQ folks.
That's awesome, Nick. Thank you for what you do, even if we didn't have this issue. But during this issue, what you do becomes even more important. So it's more important even that you be there for the folks that, you serve. So that's great. Anything else you'd like to share before we close off the segment?
No, just we're looking for people to engage with us in our live sessions. If people want to do that, people just want to talk, message us. We're here, and there's still all of our services are happening, and we just hope that people stay safe, because we're really looking forward to seeing people back in the actual center in downtown Visalia.
And when that happens, or maybe even before, come on back. We'll talk some more.
Sounds great.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a great afternoon.
You too.
That's the Source in Visalia. You can find them online, Google them. They're there. They're there for you if you need them. And I'll see you when we come back.